It's Mario Lloyd, also known as Real Estate Guru PK, with the Realist Podcast. On the Realist Podcast, we talk about how to make a dollar, how to keep a dollar, and we touch on hot topics. We're launching my Patreon with my whole real estate portfolio, and you're also going to get the podcast before it goes out on all the platforms. You can find me on Instagram at Real Estate Guru PK. You can find me on YouTube at Real Estate Guru PK. And you can find my podcast on Instagram, The Realist Podcast. We got a special guest. We got my man Cassius, my man 100K.
Yes.
We got Miss Turner back for the she's been missing a little bit.
MIA a little bit. I'm back for these special guests.
Thank you for coming back.
Thank you for having me.
How was y'all flight?
You want to go first?
Man, it was smooth. Coming from Atlanta, I don't really travel like that, to be honest with you. The furthest I've been was from Florida to Atlanta, but the flight was smooth, man.
Mine, I sleep. As soon as the wheels up, I'm knocked out.
Gone?
Wow.
Yeah, I'm knocked out. And I travel a lot. So my daughter lives in Phoenix, so I travel out there a lot, down to Atlanta. I travel a lot. So every time, knocked out.
Yeah.
So what is your relationship to each other?
So we actually met each other in a mentorship, right? So it was kind of funny because I was giving out a lot of game inside the group, and he was like, "Hey, bro, what's up? And can you help me out?" I'm like, "Yeah, I'm always willing to help somebody, right?" And then we locked arms ever since, and it's been lights out. Like for me, I make more money with my day twos than my day ones. My day ones, they want to go out and kick it, still be in a club, still trying to chase. Listen, I'm not about that. I have kids, so I need to make sure I have a legacy, right? So,
yes. For me, I'm real good at partnership, right? Finding people that got skill sets that a little better than me, and then when I partner up with them, I could just bring my skill set, right? So when I seen Paul, when he was giving out so much game in the Telegram chat and the mentorship, I was like, well, look, I can make some money with this dude if I partner up with him. Right. So ever since then, we partnered up and we started helping people.
So what exactly do you guys do?
Well, I specialize in credit and funding and liquidation. Credit and funding pretty much started my journey, right? And then liquidation, everybody was coming to me like, "Hey, can you liquidate my credit card so I can get cash for it, for real estate, right? For buying a car, for just different investments." So that's what I specialize in, really funding and liquidation.
Yeah, so I'm a personal and business credit strategist.
Okay.
So I help people understand the importance of knowing data points and the structure when it comes to their personal credit profile so they can get high limit funding. Also, I help them understand the importance of the structure when it comes to the business side so they can get high limit funding on the business side as well. But I do give people strategies they can use where they can flip money without having to spend it. So when I help people in that aspect, I'm teaching them how to leverage the money instead of as soon as you get it, the first thing you're thinking about is investing, right? So how can we flip the money without spending it first? Then whatever those investments are, we could just do it, but do it bigger.
Yeah, piggyback off of that. A lot of people just, when they get the money, they spend it on vacations. Let me go get a next Louis and Gucci and glasses and bags and watches. So we came together because I did it wrong. I bought myself a Range Rover. As soon as I made money, I'm not gonna lie, cash out, like let's go, right? So I'm like, I could have took that money of that Range Rover I purchased cash, put it into an investment to make me even more money, right? Then I can take that money and pay monthly on that Range Rover instead of just let me go get it. So yeah, it was a idiotic move, but hey, I learn from it, and you grow from it.
Right. I think most people, especially when they come across money for the first time, make that mistake. But you learn your lesson.
It was a point in time where I was making a lot of money, but not in this space, right? But I didn't have guidance. So every time I touched money, it was gone. Renting cars, going on vacation, buying expensive clothes, right? So I kind of been through that wave, but now it's more on the side of, okay, what businesses can I buy to keep money cash flowing, because I got 2 kids. I got 2 boys, a 12-year-old and a 9-year-old. So how can I set something up for them so when I'm gone, they're set?
So when did y'all start being entrepreneurs, or have y'all been entrepreneurs like pretty much like your whole lives?
I would say for me, since I was young, I used to sell candy at school. My boo
you
bag.
were one of them?
Yes. Look, Annihilators, hey, Snickers, like what y'all need, right? So I was always have that spirit. And then even in my 20s, I did, network marketing. So it was always trying to, own my own, right? Instead of working a 9 to 5 at, job, just over broke. So I always had that fire inside of me, but I didn't know what lane to go in, because I'm like, all right, let's do network marketing. Oh, you're gonna have a team of people, get the right leg and the left leg, and I'm like, all right. And then they're gonna die off, right? Because guess what? People, if they're not making money, it's like, oh, they just hype me up, this network marketing pyramid scheme type of thing. But people don't understand the value in certain businesses, because you can pretty much be an entrepreneur in any type of business that you in. So that's about me.
For me, I'm gonna be honest. I didn't think I was gonna be an entrepreneur. You know what I'm saying? I grew up with my pops, so it was more of, he put me in sports. So I played basketball, football, baseball. But I'm thinking I'm gonna make it to the league, right? I'm making it. I'm on a team in middle school. I'm on a team in high school. I played college ball too. So, but throughout my journey of playing sports, I was watching my dad and how he grew with him running his own business. So he does trucking, and he got like 4 to 5 semi trucks, right? So when I started seeing the freedom that he started to have, because he started to have his friends and my uncles work for him, right? So when I seen that, I'm like, I want to do that, right? I'm trying to own something to where I can spend time with my family if I had family. This was when I was younger, right? So when I get a family, I want to spend time with my family every day, so on and so forth. So when my dad was driving trucks, I also seen the side where I barely seen him, right? So with him driving trucks, I only see him probably like on a Sunday. He'll come home Saturday night, spend the night, he's home Sunday, we watching football, he's at his homeboy's house, go back home, he's back on the road Monday morning, right? So that right there also made me look more into being my own boss. So it wasn't in me to be like, yeah, I'm gonna be an entrepreneur when I grow up. It was like, I'm gonna be an NBA player when I grow up, right? But then when I got to college, right, that's where a lot took a turn.
Shifted, like reality set in.
Yeah, so it's like, so it's like I was hanging around a lot of people that was making a lot of money, right? But I was the one working a job. So I used to work at Publix, Home Depot. I worked at warehouses, car washes. So I tried it all. Now, the only thing I hated was seeing that same number on my check every single week or every 2 weeks. So it's like I had to do something. So entrepreneurship was something where it's like, well, if I'm gonna make a lot of money, I'd rather make a lot of money myself. Yeah.
Especially doing what you love, right? You find a skill set and you master that skill set and give it out to the people. Yeah. So definitely.
Before y'all became entrepreneurs, was there anybody that was like apprehensive, like telling y'all, because both of y'all are fathers, so like having having a dependent or having dependents, like it's kind of tough to just hop out there and just become an entrepreneur, especially when you got a mouth to feed and you got people that depend on you.
Right. So for me, like I said, it's going to not be your day ones. Be like, you still on that call, right? Oh, you watching YouTube videos trying to learn that certain skill set. Oh man, we about to pop out. Why are you not popping out with us? So for me, it's be your people that you might be even sleeping next to, your husband, your wife, your boyfriend, your girlfriend. It'd be the people literally in the same house not wanting you to elevate in life, right? For me, I was lucky that it's really not like that for me, right? People, I have 6 kids, so they depend on me to actually provide, right? And in my mindset, as a man, I have to provide, right? That's a mentality. So for me, I didn't have that that like knockdown or anything. I always had pretty much good support.
Yeah, for me, like I said, I grew up with my dad. So me growing up under his wings, you learn discipline as a man. You grow up early. Your awareness is a little more sharp than others. And everything that he did for me, which called me all the time. He goes to all my basketball games when I was younger, football games when I was younger. So with me having 2 boys, I just implement everything he did with me into them. So he was the perfect role model for me to grow my kids.
Do y'all feel like fathers are more important than mothers?
Yeah. To me, yes. Only because I'm hearing, and y'all can, you know what I'm saying, put y'all opinion in it, but I'm hearing there's a higher percentage of men that's in jail that has single mothers than men that has fathers. So with that, I'm going to say yes, definitely.
Do you think the same applies if it's a daughter?
Yes.
100%.
100%. Yes.
100%. So yeah, I would say so too, because I have 5 girls and 1 boy. So I think that, I can't say the daughters need their fathers the most because they're sons. So I would say it goes both ways, but you gotta be in their lives 100%, and it's hard because I know a lot of men have to go out there and win for their family. Right. So like you said, his dad 6 days out of the week got to go and make sure he wins for his kids. So it's kind of hard because the kids don't see their dad as often because we out there gotta make it happen.
Provide.
Yeah. Yeah. So, and I kind of went through that stage, right? Before becoming an entrepreneur, I kind of went through the stage of, okay, I got to work. I got 2 jobs. So now I only really see my son an hour before he go to bed. So within that hour, then I got to feed him, rock him to sleep. So I'm only seeing him when he about to go to sleep. Right. So that's another thing I was kind of like, okay, something has to change because I don't only want to come home just to put him to sleep. I want to be able to play with him.
Exactly.
Right. So I figured it out faster before he got older. Imagine me trying to figure out when he's 20. It's too late.
Too late.
Right?
Yeah.
Too late.
Yeah. Like for me, excuse me. So having a job, and like I said, I would never forget, I'm missing out on soccer games, basketball games, t-ball, like seeing my daughter almost hit her home, not seeing my daughter almost hit a home run, and I'm getting that phone call, hey, and not being there because of a job, that I'm tied up at, that I have to do. But it's like, where's the balance in that too,
Right,
so
right.
it's hard.
Yeah, I think fathers really struggle with that balance because obviously they have to provide. I had my father in my life. My parents are married, but he was gone at work all the time. And so looking back, I kind of wish I had more of that emotional connection there. And it's not because he's not a good dad. It was just, he was just away working all the time. So
yeah, that balance is hard.
That
balance is hard. Like, well, do you want me to stay home and not make any money?
Right.
Or do you want me to go and make money so you guys can make sure y'all have a roof over your head, food in the fridge, and clothes on your back? So it's like, so it's like, oh.
Yeah, I had it all. I went to private school, went
Same
to
here.
college.
Same here, yes.
I had everything as far as what I needed, but I also needed that emotional.
Right.
But it,
So for me, my dad was older, so he retired. So I had my dad, but my mother was an administrator, so she was a principal. So she was the one working all the time and making that money, even though my dad was retired and still bringing in that retirement income.
Right.
But yeah, so pretty much I grew up with my dad too, and my mom was not there until like maybe 5, 6 o'clock at night. He's taking us to our games, taking us to our practices. So.
But also when you look at the whole thing, so I want to kind of like get a little deeper, right? Okay. Since we're on this, I want to kind of get a little deeper because what I was willing to do, that's what landed. Because I don't know if I said it, but both of my sons, they stay with me full time, right? What I had to go through, that's what I was willing to do, right? So of course, things might not work out, right? So you might have confrontation, then all of a sudden you can't see your kid, right? Some people play that, right? But for me, it was like, I don't want to see my kids every weekend, every other weekend.
Every other week. Mm-hmm.
That's what my dad was doing, right? Seeing us every other weekend. So even though when he was working 6 days of the week, I would see him once every damn near 2 weeks. You get what I'm saying? Because then I got to go to school and so forth and so on. So going through, and give me y'all opinion, I had to go through court systems in order to get custody.
Full custody.
Even full custody, legitimization, so on and so forth, right? So I had to go through that, but I was never taught that. So I feel like some men is not taught legitimization, so they don't know really what to do, even if they wanted to fight to get their kids.
So how did you convince your baby mother?
Man, on both kids.
I need the knowledge.
So I didn't. It wasn't me convincing them, right? It was more of situations looked a little better on my end.
So you was more financially stable,
right?
Okay,
right.
That makes sense.
I'm a boy mom. I have one son,
okay,
and I've considered this. He's only one, but as he gets older, right, I feel like he needs to be with his father more.
100%.
And I've considered this. I mean, it's a while away, but like at one point, and it's hard to think about, but I would want him to live with his dad.
Right.
Not because I don't want my son, but because I want my son to be a man.
Right.
So like, but then I feel like I would be looked down upon as a mother.
No. So you understand that there are gonna be a lot of things you can't teach. You can't shoot basketball. You can't teach your son football. You can't. You're not gonna go on the field and tackle your son and put a helmet on.
Right.
You're not gonna put on boxing gloves. Like, let me know, right? Have you ever seen a mom put boxing gloves on? And
No.
Have you ever seen a mom pick up? I mean, not. Some moms probably do, right? But it's not common. It's not. We don't normally see it.
And then not only that, they have a coach as a father figure, anyways,
right?
Growing up, so it's going to be that coach that's going to be that man that they look up to, you know. So
yeah. But you're gonna have someone like, well, I can do it. All right, hey, try, try, you know.
Man, there's nobody's gonna be there like your dad. Like Steve Harvey just said, nobody wants you to succeed more than them as a man than your father.
Exactly.
He's tearfully saying that, and that's fact.
Yes, I agree.
So I agree with that for sure.
Ain't no stepdad finna.
No. That's why I'm like, you know what? I'll take it. Don't even worry about it.
So how you got 6 kids, right?
Yeah.
How is that like having 6 kids, being an entrepreneur, single father?
It's hard because, you know, now that my business is taking off even more, you know, certain things I have to go and travel for, you know, so it's going to be, it's I would say it's a lot better being an entrepreneur than working a job, right? Because sometimes I can even take my kids, hey, let's go to Houston if I wanted to. Let's go to Atlanta. I can take them, right? And they can still, you know, I can still be a father to them. So it's a lot better being an entrepreneur than having that JOB any day. I can just pick up and go. Either they want to come or not, right? But I have more leeway. Right? I can go to games and practices and help with homework and things like that. So I love that a lot more than working a job.
Okay. Why did y'all choose your mentor? Like, why did y'all choose out of all the mentors in Atlanta? Why did y'all choose?
Or in any state, right?
Yeah.
So for me, I'm good at scouting, you know, players, right? So if you think about it, like when a scout goes to a basketball game, they try to scout the best player no matter who they see. They might see 3 people that's good, but this one person is good too. But it's just something about that person they rather go with, right? So with our mentor, I went with him because I like to teach, right? And I like the way he taught. I like the structure that he taught in, right? And I liked how he loved on the people. So that's what made me go with, you know, my mentor.
Yeah. And also with that, you have to be, you know, likable, right? So if you don't like your mentor, you don't want to do nothing, then why you pick him, right? Like for me, he reminds me so much of myself, right? Even though, you know, he's obviously younger, but he reminds me just like myself. So why not want to go with somebody that's going to be pretty much just like you, right? So that's why, you know, with that, you know, and just I felt that connection. Like I said, he loves on the people a lot, and we loved loving on the people. So it's like it was a no brainer. It was a no brainer.
Yep.
What has he taught y'all to help y'all scale y'all business?
Ooh, want me to go on that one?
Yeah, you go on that one.
All right. So listen, for me, I kept on hitting a ceiling, right? It would just, I was making 10 to 15K months in my business, right? But I couldn't get past 20, 30K months, like 50K months. I'm like,
why didn't you, 10, 15,000 is a lot of money.
Especially in my city, right? I'm from Youngstown, Ohio. So in my city, that's good money. I can live very good
I think a
in
lot
my
of people
city,
can
right?
live comfortably up
But,
there.
I want to leave a legacy, right? So it's not about myself. It's about my name, my last name. So I wanted to make more money so I can make sure they live comfortably when I'm gone, right? So I kept on hitting a ceiling and getting myself a mentor, right? That one little tweak that he gave me that hey, Paul, do this instead of doing this. It took my business in 7 weeks to $100,000. So it's very, very important. I tell people all the time, it's important to have a mentor because that mentor is your GPS, right? He's going to tell you, hey, go right, don't go left, because if you go left, it's going to set you back 3 months. So when you go right at that stop sign, go straight. Don't go left or go right. It might set you back a year, right? I think in every industry, you should have a mentor because it's going to take you further than doing it by yourself. You can't YouTube it. You can't TikTok it and Instagram it away because it's not going to work. I tried it. That's why I was stuck at where I was at. So that one little nugget he gave me took off, and I never looked back since.
Yeah. Same with me. It was similarities, right, that he had that I seen within myself. But what I got from the mentorship was I was paying more attention. See, a lot of people was paying attention to the funding, the credit repair, and the credit repair softwares and stuff like that. I was looking at how he was running his business. So while people was focused more on how to get access to 100,000, 150,000, I'm looking at like, how did you make 150,000 in a month? I need that. Like the funding is cool, we can get that. But I need that. Whatever team you got, whatever systems you got, whatever automations I need that. So I was paying more attention to that. And once I got in the room and he showed me, that's what took my business to the next level. So what took me 7 years, so I was in business for about 7 years. What took me 7 years to figure out, it only took me 4 months once I got in the room. Right? So once I invested into myself and got me a mentor, it only took me 4 months. Because like he said, it could be it could be a sentence. It could be one little conversation. It could be one little move you have to make on that chessboard, and then now it's game on, right? So that's the same thing with me. I'm a quick learner, and I read between the lines. So I don't have to be always like on the calls and stuff like that, right? But if I'm on that call, I'm going to get something out of it, and then I'm going to just put my hoodie on and just go.
How y'all feel about like the scam culture? Like people like quick to call mentor scams. How y'all feel about that? Because we talked about that earlier.
So when everything is a scam, everything is that's probably AI, right?
Yeah.
But the see, the thing is when you don't see it all the time, right, and you not around it, it's a scam, right? So in my city, the only thing you're gonna be seeing, you're gonna see Lambos, but you're gonna see it unfortunately in
affluent areas,
in the white areas, right? You're gonna see Lamb trucks, you're gonna see Ferraris in the white areas. So for the inner city, you're not seeing that. You're not seeing it, right? So when you don't see it like that, then you can't really think it's true, right? Unless you driving it, unless you put on the chain. Oh, that's probably fake. Unless you put on the chain, watch is fake. Unless you put it on, right? Now you see it, you feel it. You be like, okay, and it's achievable. So yeah, like everything is fake until you actually do the work. Because when you do the work, that's what I teach. When you do the work, it works. But if you sit around like, this money is gonna come from the sky, God's gonna give it to me, He will give it to you when you put in the work, right? because it just don't come freely. You just can't go to the, money tree and pick it off, right? So, but I don't pay attention to people, that come and, and talk about scam, because it's just the stinking thinking, that poor mentality, right? So, and people always pass over opportunities repeatedly all the time, right? Just like for me, I will never forget when Bitcoin, when somebody introduced me to Bitcoin, I'm like, what is that?
Right.
Nah, bro, I'm good. Like, now look, what kind of scam is that? You know what I mean? Like, this is going
I
to
had my chance.
Yeah, right. You saying this is going to go to $1 million? Like, all right, bro, that was so long ago, right? And now look at it now. You guys probably wouldn't even see me on this podcast if I would have got into Bitcoin then and trusted the process, right? But I was like, scam alert, right? Yeah. But I never touched it and seen it, so I can believe it, right?
It's kind of funny to see how people call the people who's trying to help them make money scammers.
Right.
But then the people that's working the 9 to 5s or got you working the 9 to 5s and you getting paid $200 a week or $800,
helping someone else make money,
helping somebody else make money. That's not a scam. And then you go to school and then the professor you learning from don't make the money you dreaming to making, but you look,
and they paying thousands in loans. Right.
So it's like you come out of college 45, 50,000 a day.
All right, let's go more than that. Probably $200,000.
And then guess what? Now you got to come to the people who you calling a scam to get you funding. So it's kind of like weird to me when people kind of like use the word scam, and of course, they're still confused about money, right?
And they want it overnight. If it doesn't happen right away,
exactly. When you work, here's how I put it. When you go to the gym. Right? Do you think you're gonna get results in one day after working out? No. Right. So how long do you think you have to train yourself for you to get results?
Yep.
Right. So you played sports before. You've seen it take months, maybe some years. Right. So just like when it comes to credit, you gotta train it. You gotta train yourself. So a lot of people are not training themselves in this topic, so they think it's just fugazi when they run into somebody like this.
Right.
So, yeah.
I ask all my guests this, would y'all be mad if y'all kids chose to have a 9 to 5 and didn't become an entrepreneur like y'all?
No, because everybody needs to have a job, right? We have employees now, right? It just comes with the process. I would love for my kids to follow off my footsteps, right? Or their mom's footsteps, because their moms are also entrepreneurs as well, right? So, but somebody got to do the work, right? I would probably at first I'll probably be upset, but as long as they're happy, I'll probably be a little bit upset because even my oldest daughter, she's an entrepreneur, right? My 17-year-old, she's selling cookies and brownies at school. So I'm like, all right, good, right? But the thing is, as long as they're happy, right? Because my kids want to be a nurse. We need nurses. We need doctors. We need teachers, right? So I can't be really as mad at that, but probably at first I'm like, but no.
What was the question?
Would you be mad if your boys would choose a 9 to 5 over being an entrepreneur?
Nah. If they choose to go through the stages of the 9 to 5, then cool. But I'm gonna let them know, hey, look, eventually you're gonna get tired of it, right? And eventually you're gonna get tired of it. You're gonna see the same check. Watch, right? Eventually you're gonna hate your supervisor, your manager. Watch. Eventually you're gonna come home and be mad at one of the coworkers because y'all probably got into it. I don't know, right? But if you want to go through the quicksand, go ahead, right? But I'ma still be there for them at the end of the day, even if they be like, okay, look, I'm done with this. I don't want to. All right, cool. But I'd rather them work with me. Not really gonna say for me, but I'd rather my sons work with me and let me help them play this game of Monopoly, right? So, but if they choose to do a 9 to 5, hey,
it's just cool.
All for it. Yeah.
Yes, indeed.
What have you learned? What have you taught your? How many mentors y'all got? Let's start there.
Right now we have 114, somewhere around there.
That's for
Yeah, that's
both
like
of y'all?
actually, mentees that actually work with us, right? People come through our program, leave and stuff like that, or stop at a certain point, right? But right now we have about 112, 114 right now. I'll be helping people right now.
What's your biggest grossing mentee? Like, what have they?
Oof. Biggest growth?
Like
Gross?
how much money? Like
how much money?
Yeah, how much money they made.
Oh, so it was actually just recently. I won't say a lot, but he made $12,000 in 2 weeks. Soon he joined, he took off running. He said, "I'm not waiting for anything."
Yeah,
you know what I mean. But I'm talking about making, not I'm getting credit cards and lines of credit. He actually made $12,000 in 2 weeks, and now I believe he's up to. We have a call tomorrow actually. I believe he's up to I think about 60 right now.
Yeah,
and he's been in our program for a month. So now in a month he's probably going to be at about 50, 60, making money like income that he can touch, right? So it's amazing, right? We want to give out awards, right? We want to be the people that actually give out plaques for hitting 6 figures in a month, 6 figures in a year, $1 million in a year. So people have like a goal in mind. So, hey, we want to be like Paul and Cash. I average about 100K a month running out my funding liquidation business. You know what I mean? So Cash makes around 50, 60. So people want to follow in that footsteps. And I tell them it's achievable only if you work, right? You got to work the process. You got to listen. You got to be coachable. If you're not coachable, it means nothing, right? So, but right now, yeah, he's probably the number one mentee so far. We got people right behind him. Hey, I just made my first sale. It's good to get on calls, be like, hey, I just made my first sale.
Yeah.
Like, there we go. That's what I'm talking about, right? Because we are not motivators, right? We don't motivate. We want people to we want to inspire people, right? Because I believe because motivation is temporary, right? Because you always gotta kind of motivate. No, I want you to be inspired by the way I talk, the way I come off, you know what I mean, how way I carry myself, things like that. So but yeah, that's our mentee right now. Probably I'm about 50.
Yeah, what I noticed when he said about the motivation part, because like he said, we can motivate, but then people will be hyped, right? Okay, yeah, I'm ready, right? I'm ready, I'm locked in. Then tomorrow comes, it's like, all right, where I start? Right? So it's like you done got motivated for that temporary couple hours. Now the next day is like, all right, now what? It's like, damn.
Or they just they hear something, or they're they stinking thinking, or they tell their mom and they dad. I'm like, don't do that. Oh, no. Then they right back down, right? So we try to inspire people, not just motivate them. So yeah.
Did you need to leave Ohio to Atlanta to plateau, or you?
No, I'm still in Ohio.
Are you still in Ohio?
I'm still in Ohio.
Oh,
no,
okay.
No. It just, like I said, that nugget that I got, it just lit a fuse.
Do you have any plans of leaving Ohio?
No, my kids are there.
Okay.
I'm not leaving.
Would you want to pack everybody up?
They're not leaving.
They're not leaving.
They're not going nowhere, right? So unfortunately, I would love to leave, right? I want to actually move out of the country. I would love to live out abroad, right? To see the world. I would love to see the world more, right? But yeah, I'm not leaving Ohio. I'm not going nowhere. All right, everyone trying to get me down to Atlanta. He's trying to get me my mentor. It's not happening.
Come on out to Atlanta, man. We all out here.
It's not happening.
Darius was in Boston, right? He was in Boston.
He went to Boston. Now he's in Atlanta.
Yeah, he's in Atlanta. Yeah. He's been in Atlanta for a few years now. Yeah, he been turning up.
I think when he went on the podcast, he was still in Boston.
Oh, really?
I think really? So, because it was like 2 years ago.
Yeah, that's about right. 2 to 3 years.
Yeah. He turning up though, man. He is
turning up.
Turning up, man. Shout out.
Where y'all see yourself in 5 years?
I would like to cut it down to 3, 2, but 5 years. I see myself well established.
You see yourself married?
Wow.
So I'm gonna go ahead and go off that. So you guys are silly, you know. So for me, you know, I'm divorced, right? So my relationship wise, no, right? Because I want, like I said, I'm so focused right now. I'm putting my head down, and I need to win for my family because I'm not, nothing is promised, right? So may not be here in 5 years, but I need to get going ASAP with speed. But for me, I would say myself 5 years, um, real estate. Hence, we on this podcast, right? I would love to get my first door or a few doors for real estate. I think that is the key to one of the keys of wealth. I want to talk on bigger stages, right? I love to teach since now I'm a coach, right? So I love to teach people more about the industry that I'm in and funding. But yeah, that's why I see myself for 5 years for sure. Okay. You see, you guys are laughing. So yeah, we gonna skip that question, right?
You know, Beyond Win? He's out of Cleveland.
Out of Cleveland, no. See, Cleveland are about an hour away from me, so I don't really mess with Cleveland.
Because the houses are cheap over there, right?
Yeah, they are. They are very, very cheap, even in my city. So you can get but the thing is, people will be people. It's scary to think like, all right, let me be this landlord, and then they might just start paying you, then they stop paying you, and then now they living then in your home. Like, hold on, now it's gonna take you forever to get the people out. So it's kind of scary, but I think that is I think real estate is number one right now for the most millionaires, right? So it just only makes sense, right? But for me, if you're gonna get real estate, right, you want to make sure your credit is right. You don't want to be too cash. You can be cash heavy, right? But the thing is, a lot of people in real estate, they can't buy doors because they have no money, right? So what we focus on is, right, fixing your credit, right? Then fixing your credit, and then making sure your business is in order, right? Business email, business name, making sure your industry that you're in, like you don't want to make sure you have like real estate in your name, right? You don't want to have like credit repair in your name, right? So certain things like that, try to make sure for business owners, they want to get into real estate, don't have that, because it's going to set you back, because you can probably get a little bit of money, right? But you want to make sure you have a lot of money for getting door after door and having cash flow. You know what I'm saying? So yeah, no, real estate is where it's at though, for sure.
So say I hop in your mentorship and I want to buy a house. Give me the steps y'all would take to get me that house.
I can start off, right? So what you want to do is you want to have like I said, your credit in order. That means no late payments, right? 0 late payments. Some people come in like, hey, Paul, Cash, I got 1 late payment like 2 years ago. It's still a late payment. We want to get those removed. You want to get rid of your collections, evictions, repos, things like that. You want to make sure your credit age is over 4 years, right? And then also you want to make sure your inquiry is no more than 3, right? On each bureau, Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion. And the main thing is you want to have comparable credit on your profile, right? That means you want to have minimum of 2 credit cards, right? Minimum of $5,000 or more, right? Because when you go to the banks and want money, a $50,000 credit card on the business side, they're going to look at your credit. All right, great. Mario have great credit, right? But he have an $800 card and a $1,200 card. He's not going to get 50 from us, right? So you want to make sure you have comparable credit, because that's key on getting, and that is your business. You want to have all your business side properly structured. You can go over that, right?
Yep. So the way I would set you up, because you're trying to get a house, right? Fix and flip, or trying to buy it?
Trying to buy and hold.
Trying to buy a home. All right.
No, buy and hold.
Oh, buy and hold.
Yeah,
hold.
Keep it. Like rental property.
Cool. All right. So for your audience, can I tell you guys how to get access to $450K?
Yeah, whatever you want to do.
You hitting them with that.
Right,
okay.
Check this out. Check this out, right? So here's how you get access to $450,000. right? So if you want to buy a home, of course, like Paul said, we will have to look at your personal credit profile and make sure everything is intact, right? But let's say you have challenge credit, right? Because I don't know your profile. Let's say you have challenge credit. You might have high utilization, maybe 1 or 2 inquiries, right? So there's these alternative lenders called subprime lenders. They call them bridge loans, right? But they're personal loans. So these subprime lenders are third-party institutions that will lend to people who have challenge credit, right?
Mm-hmm.
So let's just say I'm gonna give you 5, right? You have Upstart, you have Upgrade, you have One Main Financial, Best Egg, and Splash, right? So let's say all 5 personal loan lenders, they give you $15,000 per subprime lender. They will pre-approve you. Now, when they look at your score, that's the pre-approval. When they look at your profile, they can counter offer, right? So instead of, we'll pre-approve you for 60, but based off your profile, we'll give you 30, we'll give you 20, right? So that's what they do. They can do that. So let's just say $15,000 per subprime lender. Now, each subprime lender, they have a service fee, right? Now, with the service fee, they may take $800 from you, $900, $1,200, depending on the term, right? Let's just say max, they take $2,000 from you. So that's $13,000 per subprime lender. So that's 13,000 times 5, right? How much is that?
I'm bad at
65,000.
Okay.
I'm bad at math.
Right? 65,000. Right? So now you got 65,000. And here's the thing. They will ACH the money into your account within 24 to 48 hours. Some of them do it same day. Right? So you let me know. Can you scroll through your contact list and come up with $65,000 within 48 hours?
The answer is no, right?
Right.
Most people probably not.
Can't, right? Most people
Yeah.
can't. But so you got the money within your account within 24 to 48 hours, right? So what I would tell people is take 3,000 per subprime lender. You're at 13,000. Take 3,000 per subprime lender and put it in your savings, right? Just sit it in your savings. I'm gonna tell you what to do with it later. Now that drops us to 50, right? Now, do y'all got business accounts? Right? Yeah. Business accounts? Okay, cool. So now with the $50,000, most people got maybe 1 or 2 business accounts, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna build a relationship on the business side. So we're gonna build a deposit relationship. There's 3 relationships you need to build with the banks: a personal relationship, a business relationship, and a deposit relationship. These are 3 major relationships, right? So with the 50,000, what you're gonna do is you're gonna drop 10,000 per month for 4 months straight. I don't care how you do it. You can do 5,000 one week, wait 2 weeks, do another 5,000, just as long as there's $10,000 minimum being deposited into your business checking account within a 30-day window, right? So 10,000 the first month, 10,000 the second month, 10,000 the third month, 10,000 the fourth month. When you do that, now you set yourself up for something called business revenue-based lending, right? So you can go to On Deck, get 100,000. You can go to Fundbox, get 100,000, right? Now, while we're doing that for 4 months, the $15,000 to the side, we're going to pay the subprime lenders back with their own money, which is going to stall them out. So if the monthly payment is probably $400, you think you're going to run out of $15,000 in 4 months? If you run out of $15,000 in 4 months on a $200, $300, $400, $500 monthly, you need financial therapy. I'm gonna just say that now, right? You need financial therapy, but that now you got access to 200,000 on the business side. So once you get access to 200,000 on the business side, the rest of the money that you got that you was playing with, you just pay the rest back to the subprime lenders. So now on the personal side, you got 100% paid off loans, reporting 5 of them, reporting on the personal side, and you got access to 200,000, right? That's the first strategy. Now, what we're gonna do with the 200,000, we're gonna split that in half, right? 100,000 in the savings on the business side, 100,000 in the checkers, right? So what we're gonna do is we're gonna open up more business accounts with that money, right? Once we open up more business accounts, we're gonna use that money and let's say we open up 4 more business accounts. Now you got 5 total, right? So with the 100,000, you're gonna take $50,000 out of the 200,000. You're gonna take another $50,000 after you open up the business checking accounts and drop 10,000 per checking account because it's a deposit relationship. So you want your relationship to already start off good, right? When you go on the first date, do you want to look jacked up on the first date? Right? You want to look nice. So your first impression, right? So $10,000. So now you take another 50, you drop it in the first business checking account. You let it season for about, I say 8 to 10 days, right? 8 to 10 days. Then you ask for a business line of credit, right? They're going to see that you got 50,000 sitting in your checking account, your business checking account, and they're going to issue 50,000 business line of credit, right? They're going to hold your 50 as collateral though. So you're going to pull the 50 off the line of credit, go to the second bank, right? Do the same thing. Drop it in the business checking account. You're going to ask for a business line of credit. They're going to hold your original 50 as collateral. You're going to pull the 50 off the line of credit and go to the third bank, right? Drop it in the business checking account, right? They're going to hold your 50 as collateral, rinse and repeat. They're going to issue 50,000. You're going to pull the 50 off the line of credit, go to the fourth bank, then go to the fifth bank, right? Now, when you go to the fifth bank, you're going to pull the line of credit off, but you got to double back. The reason why you got to double back to these banks is because you got to pay that line of credit off. So once you go double back and you pay the first bank off, they extend your line of credit from secure to unsecured, right? And then they issue your 50,000 as collateral back. Then you go to the second bank, pay them off, secure to unsecured, right? They issue your 50 back. You go to the third bank, pay them off, secure to unsecured. Go to the fourth bank, secure to unsecured. Fifth bank, secure to unsecured. Now, once they give you original 50 back from the fifth bank, you just take that 50 and give it back to the business revenue-based lender that gave you the money. So now you got how much? If you went to 5 different banks and you created 50,000 business line of credit with 5 different banks, how much is that?
250.
250. So the first strategy was getting access to 200. The second I just gave you access to 250. So now you got access to how much? 450.
So now that only helps people, especially in this arena, right, of real estate, because a lot of people in real estate need money now, right? So they can continue to keep on buying doors instead of waiting on their property to close, right? Oh man, I have to wait until the seller, blah, blah, blah. Now, instead of doing that, be like, all right, cool. I have liquid cash sitting there, 450, that now I can go and buy more doors and more doors and more doors. It doesn't stop, right? But the thing is, what I tell a lot of people is, when it comes to, your LLC, S Corp, or C Corp, you want to make sure it's still structured the right way, right? You want to make sure your business name matters, right? Especially if you're doing business in your name, buying real estate, anything in your business name, right? Even when you go to the banks and run his play, you want to make sure the business name is structured correctly, right? We want to talk about, like, maybe have marketing in our business name, want to have marketing, enterprises, solutions, services, right, in our business name. So you can definitely see, you can go to NAICS code, on Google, and make sure you have a low risk business, right? Then also you want to have a business name, business phone number, right? You want to have a website, especially if you've been in business for at least a year. The bank's going to be like, hey, you don't have a website? you want to make sure you have a website, business address, things like that. That's going to make you look pro when you go and deposit money into the banks, because they're going to be like, oh, okay, you want all this money, right? Or 0% interest credit cards or lines of credit, but your business phone number is your personal phone number. Your email, is Gmail or iCloud. No, it should be info at your business name, right? Support sales at your business name. So making sure that you look pro on paper so you can get the bread is very, very important, because if not, you're going to get, like I said, a little bit of money or no money at all, right? So we want to go ahead and get maximum money, especially if you're getting lines of credit and you've been in business for 2 years or more. You can get upwards of $200, $250. That's what his play. Even on my play, you want to have business line of credit, so you can pull from your line of credit and rinse and repeat. You can still use the money, pay it off, use the money, pay it off. People are like, oh, what about loans? Why get yourself a loan when you use it one time, and then you have to now pay it down and apply again, instead of getting yourself a business line of credit that's going to be revolving, right?
Right.
So it's very, very important to make sure now on your personal, your structure, your business have to be structured as well, especially if the banks that say, hey, we're going to give you $50,000 0% interest credit cards or lines of credit 150,000. You want all of it, right? Instead of some of it. So we always teach and preach that as well. Like, make sure you get everything, and everything has to be looking exact and pro. So yeah.
On top of all that, right? I think a lot of people kind of don't do this part. They don't go inside the banks and build relationships with the bank reps. The only time they go to the bank is probably going dropping some money off in the ATM, or if they do go inside, they go to the teller to do a little deposit or withdrawal slip, right? But other than that, not too many people go inside the banks and go inside the cubicle or the office and actually sit there and ask questions, right? Or they don't even make it a schedule to go to the bank every Tuesday or every Wednesday or whatever, right? So there's so many questions that you have that you can ask, but you're asking people who don't work at the bank, right? But it's different, of course, with us because we understand, we talk to underwriters, we talk to bankers, so they actually tell us what's needed in order to get high limit funding, right? But my advice to a lot of people is, if you're going to do this and you want to do it on a high level, you have to build relationships with the banks. I don't care what software is out there, it's cool, but you have to go inside and build these relationships. And some people are trying to get funding from institutions they don't even bank with, right? So that's another problem. You're trying to get funding, so you're filling out all these applications and you're putting yourself in the red because now you look greedy in their system, right? So if you don't have a banker in your contacts, you playing this game all wrong, all wrong.
Agreed.
I hang with my bankers, right? We go out to lunch. We may go bowling, so on and so forth. And I write them through email. I do Zoom calls with them. So I do it to where it's like I have to get in there where I'm family so I can get what I want. So now I request my limits. I don't have to pray for my limits. Right.
Yeah, we don't apply like the massive online, right?
Yeah.
We make sure we have the relationship managers that we can request our limits. So if we want to go to Chase and ask Chase, hey Chase, I want 50,000, right? You can now request it instead of like, let me just apply online. It might get 20, right? That actually happened. Like somebody was like, why do I need you? I'm like, oh, okay, cool, right? They get 11,000. Oh well, hey, I did what you said to do, but no, you don't have a relationship manager that I can send you that they can actually request your limit for you, right? It's very, very important. And I use Chase a lot because Chase is they have a 524 rule, right? That means you got to have no more than 5 credit cards in a 24-month time frame. No matter what, no matter who you have, but if you have more than that, don't even matter what kind of score you got. Denied, right? So we have a credit card stacking plays that we actually give our mentees, like, okay, go here on Experian, Equifax, and TransUnion, right? So always start with Chase, right? On Experian, I'm gonna give you guys 3 on each bureau if you guys want to go ahead and run this play after, right? So on Experian, like I said, we're gonna start with Chase, and then we're gonna start after Chase. We're gonna go to Citizens Bank. Citizens Bank right now is giving people $35K when you have good credit in the business, right? So that's easy work, right? And then after that, we go to Bank of America. You can get 2 credit cards, one hard pull, right? So that's right there. You just imagine you get 10K, minimum 10K each, right? I'm gonna give y'all a play to go all the way up to 100K, right? And then on Equifax, you got Truist Bank, right? Right here, right now, Truist is hot right now, right? You can get 2 credit cards up to 25K with Truist Bank on Equifax, right? Equifax, you can do Key Bank, and then you can do BMO Harris, right? And then on TransUnion, you can go ahead and go with US Bank. You can go with Barclays, and you can go with let me see, on Truist Bank, US Bank, Barclays, and Navy Fed, right? Go with Navy Fed, and then just imagine they give you 10K on each, right? That's right there, 90K. And I even talk about banks like American Express, right? You can double dip, right? You get up to 5 credit cards with 1 hard pull, right? So many different plays that you can run up there, out there to go ahead and get to the bag, right? Immediately, especially when you have good credit. Now people in the industry are 680 credit score. No, we always talk about higher than that, 700, right? A minimum 700 because it's played out. 680s are played out. It's like, why would you want just a bare minimum, right, to go get the bag and think low when you can think high, right? So I always tell people come with a 700 credit profile, got to be structured correct, and business got to be structured correct, and you get the bag.
How y'all feel about Apple getting bought out by Chase?
Apple getting bought out by Chase.
Yeah, no, Chase is buying out Apple. The credit card.
Now, I also seen something in the articles that Chase let go 66 of their banks or something like that. You know what I'm saying? So, but I haven't honestly read up on that.
So I have. So for me, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter, right? Because Apple, right? We can give plays for days, right? You can get an Apple credit card with a soft pull, right? Yeah. We just like how Capital One bought out Discover, right? So that's probably the biggest one out of everything. But the thing is, as long as you go after these banks and do it responsibly, because a lot of people was like, I'm gonna go and I'm gonna just apply for all these places and then not pay the money back, right? So, right, it's a lot of people like that. But the thing is, we teach you try to do it responsibly, right? Spend your money, liquidate your money for things that's gonna bring you a return. Toro, real estate, especially real estate. A lot of people liquidate their credit cards to get into the real estate game because they want to buy doors. And plus, not only that, you got to have so much money sitting in your checking account anyways. So why not take these plays, right? Especially, and then credit cards with 0% interest up to, 18 months, right? You only have to pay back 1% of that. So if you get a $50,000 card, how much do you have to pay back? 1%. That's $500. Can you think you can do that over a 12-month time frame while you run your play? I think so, right? If not, just like Cass said, you have a problem, right? Why aren't you running these plays and paying it back? But we teach this in our mentorship that when we fund, we gotta fund responsibly. Right. When we build, we gotta build responsibly. So that's the key to the game, is just being responsible with this money. So
okay.
How are you guys liking Houston so far?
How are we what?
Liking Houston so far.
Houston's cool. I'm trying to see where the food at. I'm trying to see where the good food is at.
So you haven't got no good food since you've been here?
Nah.
I've been kind of.
Next time y'all come, we'll go to Gracie's.
Okay.
Racers?
Okay.
Gracie's.
Oh, that's my spot.
But us coming out here, we don't have nobody really showing us. You know what I'm saying? Right? We just got here.
Whoever told y'all to go to that place, they should have told y'all to go to Gracie's. I promise you.
Yeah, I don't know what they were
promise
talking
you.
about.
When y'all come back, we gonna all go to Gracie's.
Okay, cool. Okay, I like that. Yeah, Houston seemed like a vibe. You know what I mean? Like we went to the mall.
The Galleria.
It is 3 floors, and I'm like, whoa, like where we at now? Did we get lost? So, but as what they say, everything in Texas is big, man. I'm like, wow, like what is going on? But it seemed like a vibe here. I enjoy it. Yeah, I love Texas now. My brother used to live in Dallas, so I used to go there. So yeah, Texas is lit for sure.
Okay.
Yes, indeed.
Y'all want to say anything to the audience before we go?
Yeah, go ahead.
Stay locked in, man. Try to stay away from distractions, and when I say distractions, I mean people that's in your circle. So yes, you're gonna have to audit your circle. When you audit your circle, make sure that you weave out the people that's draining your energy, right? And add the people who's bringing value, right? So if you stay locked in with those people, and then you guys can build something together, and you can get yourself, if you notice that you're the person that has to take that first step, then just take that first step, right? If you're going to be afraid, just like your friends are afraid, then you're going to be in the same position next year, and then the year after that, and then the year after that. So let's not blame it on the government shutdown. Let's not blame it on inflation just because we can't keep up, right? You just got to lock in so you ain't got to clock in.
I like that.
Man, you want me to go after that? Right. I would say find yourself a mentor, right? Find yourself a mentor. It doesn't matter what space that you're in, because a mentor is going to literally take you from zero to hero immediately. And if you stay locked in, I promise you guys going to take off. But that's what Cassius said, man. Just take heed of that, and I promise you guys gonna make it to the top for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
Where can they find you on Instagram?
They can find me on Instagram, Paul Mr. Hunter K Graves, and also TikTok, the same way, Paul Mr. Hunter K Graves as well.
Mine is Cassius.Randell on TikTok and Instagram. Cassius.Randell. CASSIUS.RANDELL.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I think we got a little bit of time. Let me do the either or real quick.
All right, good.
The what?
Either I do like an either or question with my entrepreneurs.
Oh
Okay.
shoot!
All right.
Oh, shoot.
Stocks or crypto?
Stocks for me, it's gonna be stocks long term,
Long term,
right? Long term. Crypto is gonna be seem like a fast grab when it comes to that. If you want to build over a long period of time, I think it will be stocks for sure.
Okay.
Yeah.
And depends on what stock.
Okay.
Yeah. I'm gonna be honest. So I used to trade, right? So I was with the Forex and all of that. So I would do crypto only because I know that lane, but I'm gonna be honest, I like my money fast. I like I like my money now, right?
Mhm.
Now I can take that money and
Flip
go
it.
to the stock side
Mhm.
and do the long term, but I need my money right now.
Okay.
Yeah, for sure.
Flip or rental property?
I would say
I would go with flip.
oof.
I would go with flip. I would go with flip.
Right now, 2026, we go flip.
Yeah, I would go with
Okay.
flip.
I will probably go. I'll probably go flip if it's only a buyer's market.
Mm.
Okay.
If it's a
Mhm.
seller market, then it's a hold. It's a rental, right?
Right.
But I know when it comes to that, you guys can real estate hack, right? You can buy yourself a duplex, stay in one, and rent out the other one. So I'll probably say rent,
Right.
right? Especially if it's a nice place.
Why not wholesale?
Oh, ooh, that's a different conversation. Wholesaling,
Wholesale real estate?
Wholesale or flip?
Wholesale or flip?
Yeah.
I'm doing wholesale.
Wholesale?
Yeah, I'm
Okay.
doing wholesale.
Yeah, I would say wholesale.
Wholesale?
I'm
Yeah,
definitely doing
Get-
wholesale.
hey,
It's
yo,
easy.
be that middleman.
Boy,
Hey,
listen.
yes,
Yeah.
that middleman. I would definitely do that for sure.
Yeah, for sure.
That's an easy work.
Okay. Chase or Navy Federal?
So I'm gonna say, oh man, I love me some Navy Fed. I would say Navy Fed. Can I go on a rant about Navy Fed? How long we got?
Look, this is a couple,
30 seconds.
30 seconds. Oh, okay. Listen, so I would choose Navy Fed over Chase because Navy Fed is more for the people, right?
Mm-hmm.
So you can get a bigger bag quicker with Navy Fed because it's about relationships. They love relationship people. So and then not only that, pledge loans, right? Once you do yourself a pledge loan, then now your internal score goes up. So now you can get bigger amounts of credit cards. You can get a $20,000, $30,000 credit card because of your internal score. Not only that, your APR for your mortgage and your cars are a lot lower than a regular average, right?
Mm-hmm.
So Navy Fed is just it's more for the people. They are awesome institution, right? I'll choose that all day long. I love talking about Navy Fed. That's why I said how much time we got. I can talk about Navy Fed forever. So yeah, Navy Fed, man, all day.
I'm going with Chase.
Yeah, Chase,
I'm going with Chase. I've been with Chase for a minute, and
Me
they give
too.
out the most, so I go with Chase.
Mm-hmm.
I'm leaving it right there.
Awesome.
All
Man,
right. thank
y'all for coming out, man.
I appreciate
you.
it.
Yeah,
Had
man.
fun,
Appreciate you
I
for
had a
having
really
us,
good
man.
time with y'all for real.
Yes.
Appreciate
bro.
you. Thank you.
That's